welcome back to the shit show. Hey, so this week sucked. I fucked up the whole week. All those new goals, yeah, I didn't really accomplish any of them. So I gotta do better. I didn't realize how addicted to my phone I was. Like, obviously I knew it was a problem, and a big problem, but trying to put this thing down, I'm just drawn to it. Just comes right back to my hand. I cannot get away from this goddamn thing. I think I actually, with having the thought that I need to cut back, I started abusing it more. Just fucking find myself late at night scrolling YouTube shorts for fucking 2 hours a goddamn time. Just looking at all dumb shit. Wasting my life, man. It's just robbing me of time. So I gotta do something like more serious about this. I think I'm gonna have to go on some kind of like detox. Just take the phone away and lock it in another room for the rest of the month or something, just so I can get through this. This is too much. It's not like I'm learning anything or doing anything. I'm just scrolling, just wasting my time. So that'll be going forward. Starting tomorrow, I'm gonna be putting this fucking thing down, and no more all day scrolling. That's gotta stop. It has to stop because it leaks into everything else. So I haven't been able to I didn't do those extra workouts at home. I've fucking ran out of time. Because my child takes a lot of time when I'm home. It's just so if in between her care and then the phone, I'm not doing what I need to. So things got to change. I did actually go shopping. I went out in public and I went shopping. I did buy like 2 shirts. So I did make that happen. And a lot of people looked at my daughter. She waved to too many people, so I did have to, greet some strangers. So, and I've been greeting at least my coworkers a little bit. So there's some win, something I try to add to this. But I had recently saw somebody's video, about how just like the social isolation just kind of makes you retarded, and that's definitely me. I've outside of my girl, I don't talk to anyone, and it's been that way for years. And I never was somebody who was very social, so my social skills were always very rudimentary, poor, just not good. But I still felt like I had the ability to speak somewhat eloquently, just a little bit better than maybe a couple peers of mine. And that's just falling off hard. No, I do think I talk like I'm really stupid. Sometimes I'll be at home and I'll just say my thoughts out loud and things come out nice. Or I could write something down and it comes out nice, but when I try to speak to somebody, shit, no, it's bad. Even here in this, there's still a certain level of anxiety that's gonna interrupt a good flow of speech and make me come off even dumber than I truly am. So yeah, we got to do better. I need to throw this goddamn phone away, at least for like the rest of the month, just to get a breather, get a pattern built in me, because I've been going to the gym. I fully embrace that to my life now, but we got to get away from this fucking phone and the internet. Well, aside from that, we got to start doing the stories. Get on to cycle through my history, a little bit about me, because I just would drop a couple things here and there, but I'll just kind of speed run a little bit through my youth. Have y'all learn a little bit about that. So the last 2 Fridays, I've gone out with my mom to go have lunch and just talk with her a little bit, catch up with her, because I'm very distant from my mother, despite her, being my primary babysitter for my kid. But I wanted her to fill me in on some things, because why is this all wobbly? I have really bad memory, very bad memory. So I needed her to tell me what had been going on in my youth, at least the very, very early parts. And I had no idea. We were poor. As a child, as long as your basic needs are met, you're being fed and housed, you don't quite realize that. But no, we were way worse off than I thought. The house where we all grew up in, all of my siblings were born, except for my oldest sibling. It was a little 1-bedroom, one bedroom inside of a bigger building. And she was like, the 3 older siblings, they had the bedroom. Me, my mom, and my younger sister, we stayed in the dining room. The dining room was converted into the second bedroom, and that's where we were at. And we were on food stamps and all that. So I was like, now it's news to me. We stayed in that house till I was probably like 4 or 5 before moving to a duplex. My oldest memory that I can remember is in that first house. So around 4 or 5, my brother, I don't know, pissed him off for some reason, and he's 6 years older than me. He slams my head against a wall and splits my skull open a little bit. I guess like just not the bone, but just the skin and everything. Because I do recall that happening, like going very dizzy. And then I can imagine myself there sitting in a chair in the doctor's office, and they staple like 3 or 4 staples in my head to seal it up. So that is my oldest memory as a child. So that's good stuff. Part of me wonders if that, it's very muddy here, if that shook something loose, maybe affected me in some type of way. Who knows? But that's the oldest thing I can remember there. My real memories start to take place moving into that duplex. That was a better improvement from our first situation, because it was a 3-bedroom duplex at that point. My 2 older sisters in one room, me and my brother in the other, and my mom and my younger sister in 1 bedroom. So that was a much better living situation. And I liked it. I liked that place a lot. We had a neighbor. They had a big house that was right next to us. That was my first little girlfriend, my first little crush. It was a neighbor girl. She was my best friend. And we would hang out like every single day. I had my first kiss with this girl. And then I guess we could see some of my degeneracy and weirdness starts coming out there, because I do in detail recall one to suck on her toes. And so I was underneath my bunk bed, and I had her stick her feet under the bed, and I remember sucking on those toes. So I was weird from a young age. And you would think we would have kept together, kept in contact after we moved, but I never saw that person again. Except for at a Chinese restaurant maybe 10 years later, and she got really fat. And part of me always kind of had a fear of fat people when I was a child. So I remember seeing her at the Chinese buffet, and her coming up to me like, "Hi, Michael, you remember me?" And just being really weirded out and getting away from there. But I digress. Probably one of the most intense memories growing up at that place. Now we'll say about 6 or 7, 7 or 8, probably 6 or 7 is the reason why I'm really scared in bees. I hate bees, okay? Fuck bees. I know we need them for the environment and everything, but goddamn, they terrorize me. So it's a summer's day. The duplex has some kind of just a square in the middle of the buildings for whatever reason. Like if you were to look through the window, you would just see the window from the neighboring duplex. It was just a square opening in the middle, and it went all the way down to the ground. Like nothing was in there. And so just a summer day, plenty of light would shine through this window, and then it went dark. The whole window was just covered in darkness. And what we come to find out was just bees that had been living in there just got pissed off and started attacking that window. And then it's kind of an old dumpy duplex, so there's some kind of, it wasn't sealed too well around this window. They started pouring into the apartment, like 100 bees minimum, 100, probably 200 bees filled the whole apartment. It's just swarming all over the place. My mother runs, gets some of the neighbors. I recall them coming in, all of them. Thank God they all just had bug spray. Everyone just spraying the whole house down. Me and my youngest sister, like the middle sister, we go lock ourselves in like my mom's room. And I recall seeing just a few of the bees start trying to crawl underneath the door to come get us. And we threw a towel down and just was shoving it into the little crack, trying to block them out, and just hiding in that room for however long it took for them to, get this whole situation under control. And my mom says she remembers this day quite vividly because she flashed the landlord because one of the bees had gone down her dress, and she just kept pulling her shirt up, trying to get that thing out. And her titties were just flashing everyone that was there. But miraculously, no one got stung. We all survived this event. None of us got stung. I remember coming out of that room, just dead bees all over the place. And my eldest sister, well, kind of bitch that she was, she told me to go pick them up, start helping out, start picking up these bees. I didn't want to. I was fucking scared. The bees, man. Like, it's gonna sting me. No, it's not gonna sting you. It's dead. So I go and I pick up the bee and I get stung. Oh, and then from then on, man, anytime some bee wasps start flying around, man, it takes a lot of self-control not to look like a little pussy. Start running. They implanted the fear of God in me, man. I'm like, ugh, hate those fucking things. That's about the deepest memories I got. Those the duplex though. I went to a all-black school for a while, but for some reason the school wasn't gonna accept me for the next year, and I had to go to a school further away. So my mother was using the address of my aunt to get me into a different school. I was probably like 20 minutes away. So every single day she had to drive me to and from this school. Well, I think just 2, because my aunt would pick me up from the school and then she would come and pick me up afterwards. But nothing else really big sticks out as a young kid. I think those were 2 biggest things. I did kind of learn some things about my step-parents. My step-parents, though, like the older sibling's father. Wow, I knew he was a drunk. I knew he was fucked up, but I didn't know how bad he was. Like, he was abusive. My mother did get a restraining order against him. Some other bad things that, that's their story. That's not mine. I don't need to be talking all about it. But just not a generally good guy. But she said he was in love with my mom, despite how awful he was. He was truly in love with her, and so like he always kept trying to get back with her. He never remarried, and he would treat me and my youngest sister better than he treated his own kids. And she kind of felt like this was kind of his way of trying to get her back. Like he was just super sweet on us, tried to be loving to us, all that good stuff. And I do recall him taking us certain places and doing some stuff with us. I do recall spending quite a few, several hours in a bar here and there, because that was the bonding time he had with his actual children, was just going to the bar, them hanging out there, and him just getting drunk all day. But he was, oh man, not a good guy. Let's see. I learned that my father, despite him not wanting to have a child, because he already had kids, he paid child support. He willingly paid child support. She never had to go to court for him. Well, she did have to go to court for the other two men to get the money from them. No, my guy, he did his thing. She said that he was like, out of the three men that she had children with, he was the best man. So, woo, I got some good genes in me, huh? Fuck. And then just that, my little sister's dad, he was also a piece of shit. He ran away eventually, so he stopped paying child support. But she got him for at least a couple years, I think. We would have stayed in that duplex. We would have stayed living there for a long time. But my sister got involved with a really abusive dude. Would beat her physically, steal from her. Just a fucking monster of a man. And like really psychotic and shit. So he found out. Well, he didn't find out because he was there every once in a while. But like we were at capacity in that duplex. It was 3-bedroom. There was 2 of us to a bedroom. When my mom started dating my stepdad, the last one we had, that motherfucker went to, I don't know, whatever government agency you would to report this on. And they started fining the landlord for being over capacity. And so, despite him not wanting us to have to go, he was like, I'm sorry, I can't be paying these fines for you. You got to leave. And so then, that's when we moved off to the new home. And that's when my memories really start to take off. And, well, I'll actually have a few more stories from there, possibly. Then that's also where I started to think that we were a middle-class family. I just thought we had money. We were in a house then. I didn't know how much they were struggling to get by, and how much my mom foregoed so she could give us everything. She didn't want much for herself. She just wanted all of us to have what we needed and wanted. I felt like I was pretty well taken care of. I didn't require much though. I just wanted some video games here and there, and I was pretty happy. So we moved to the house when I was in 3rd grade. And I guess I'll just stop it there, because we're almost at 20 minutes. And this has been a long and boring episode anyway. So, cool. Peace. I'll talk to you in the next one.